So my Bitcoin position is up $693 with 23 cents, and basically it's up 11.27%. And basically I've said in the past where if the position were to be, if it was up 10%, I would sell my position. But the reason I don't want to sell out is because, as you may all know, right? Donald Trump he won the presidential election, and so basically Donald Trump was he is pro crypto. I'm not sure if he still is or not, but I'm pretty sure he is because there's some news coming out that he's launching his own crypto exchange and his own cryptocurrency with his own crypto exchange. But I didn't pull up any news, so I can't really say much, but tomorrow I do know that some news or information is going to come out about that tomorrow. And then if you look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin today was up 1.54%, and Ethereum is literally skyrocketing. Now it's at 2,800 something, and basically, Bitcoin has finally surpassed the previous highs which was 73,000. And so what, could happen from here? Personally, I feel like now that, Donald Trump is he's not in office yet, right? But I guess he has not I don't know. I guess now that he's won the presidential election now, I personally feel like now Bitcoin can do its thing where it can finally go up, by a lot now that he's in office. I don't know. I just feel like that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And I feel like by the end of this year, Bitcoin could possibly be at 100,000, to be honest with you. And so I kind of want to sell out the position, and at the same time, I don't want to sell out the position. And so, what can happen, right? Basically, we could possibly see Bitcoin reach, go back to the 9-day moving average. If that does happen, I'll buy a little bit more of Bitcoin once it lands on the 9-day moving average. On the weekly chart, same thing. I feel like if Bitcoin decides to crash down all of a sudden, I'm just going to buy more Bitcoin when it lands on the 9-day moving average on the weekly chart. And then on the monthly chart, same, on the monthly chart, Bitcoin crashes, I'll buy more Bitcoin once it lands on the 9-day moving average. But to be honest, with the presidential election going in Donald Trump's favor, right? I personally feel like Bitcoin is just going to go up from here. And I feel like that, Bitcoin having that occurred, I feel like now it's going to actually complete in a way. And so I do feel like by maybe next year, maybe by the end of this year, to be honest with you, by the end of this year, possibly Bitcoin could reach 100,000, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like that is what's going to happen, because he was pro crypto, when he was having his campaigns and, rallies and stuff like that. So, we'll see what happens with that, obviously. And then basically my call option position is down $480. And am I worried? Not really, because these call options expire next year, June 20th, 2025. And so I have plenty of time for, both of these positions to, go back up in a way. And to be honest, I feel like Pepsi, out of the whole mega cap stocks that are currently oversold, I feel like Pepsi is the one that's most oversold. But obviously in number one, the number one stock that I feel like is most oversold is Adobe. But looking at Pepsi, right, on the daily chart, it looks like Pepsi is hovering around this support level around the 164, 163 area. And to be honest, on the weekly chart, I feel like if Pepsi were to go down more, right? I feel like Pepsi would need to land on the 180-day moving average and bounce off of it, so we can see further continuation of the uptrend for Pepsi. And if you look at this candle right here, it's 712, right? This candle on the weekly chart basically landed on the 180-day moving average. It broke through it, but it somehow reclaimed it and it bounced off of it, and ever since then it's just been an uptrend till August. And then I personally feel like that's what's going to happen with Pepsi in a way. I feel like Pepsi, it could break the 180-day moving average and then like reclaim it again, right? And then we could bounce towards the upside. But we really don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with Pepsi. I just feel like that's what's going to happen with Pepsi. I feel like once Pepsi reaches the 180-day moving average, that is, if that happens, right? I feel like we'll see Pepsi bounce off the 180-day moving average and bounce towards the uptrend. But no one really knows. I don't know that, So that's my, I guess, like what I think about Pepsi right now. I personally feel like, number one, it's way oversold. Number two, it's a mega cap stock. Mega cap stocks are profitable. They're not, penny stocks, companies that are just gonna randomly disappear one day. I don't feel like, yeah. And then number three, I feel like right now, in a way, I personally feel like where Pepsi is at right now, it's kind of showing like a inverse head and shoulders pattern. Let me see if I can draw it here. Let's see. That's the first shoulder. That's the head, and then like right there is the second shoulder. And so basically, what an inverse head and shoulders means is that basically it's a bullish indicator. And so basically, possibly, a stock could reverse towards the uptrend. And basically, that's what I feel like that's what's going to happen with Pepsi. Looking into Adobe, right? On the weekly chart, I guess you could say there's like a huge inverse head and shoulders. The first shoulder is right here where I'm moving the cursor. That's the first shoulder. And then this is the head right here. And then right where we're at right now is the second shoulder. And then I feel like what's going to happen around the second shoulder is that basically Adobe could, go like crazy up. I feel like that's what's going to happen with Adobe soon. Sooner or later, Adobe needs to go back up. It's a profitable company. Have they been profitable? Yeah, every single year they've been profitable, obviously. And so I feel like Adobe is just going to have a Facebook moment or a Tesla moment where all of a sudden it just goes up like crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically my call option is down $480. Meanwhile, my Bitcoin position is up $693. And I don't plan on selling out both positions anytime soon. Well, that is when my my call option is up at least 5 or 10%. And so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys had a great day of trading or investing into stocks, right? Or that is if you invest into crypto too. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care and bye.